We start the episode with Ashley and Alex playing soccer, and Alex is actually good, which not a great thing for Ashley. Now she's going to believe that he's actually like all his lies are true. Oh, he's good at soccer, so maybe he does need to check in with the White House Twitter account to make sure that his day trades are going well. Maybe he does need to go on Instagram to make sure his ex's titties are as perky as they were in Austin when they had sex that one night that he wouldn't tell me about. Oh, maybe he's been truthful about it all. Devontae and Brittany are doing a dance class, probably for the first dance at the wedding. This is one of those mistakes that the bride makes the groom do for their first dance. I've never watched the choreographed dance by the newlyweds and thought, oh my God, they're so good. I've always been like, look, you can see they're counting in their head. Like, this is something she saw done well on Instagram that they're going to do half as good. That's every choreographed dance at a wedding. Have they had sex yet? Like, if I'm Devontae, I'm like, okay, just don't kiss me too hard on the lips. I'll splooge in my pants. 4 days until the wedding. That dance did not look good enough. And now we head to an abandoned train track to go hang out with Bree and Connor. A metaphor for this relationship, abandoned in the woods, growing old and stale. Always fun to have a date where they film all the Netflix murder documentaries. This is such a Bree-coded date. She would only go somewhere that she could post on Instagram with like horrible captions. I've gone locomotive for this guy. Connor calls Bree's dad G-Man, and then she corrects him to Mr. McNeese. Why even tell Connor that your dad's nickname is the G-Man if you're going to correct him every time? Look you can see it in his face. He's like, okay, I'll remember next time. It's not G-Man. I guess can't even have fun in a conversation about your dad while he's not around. Like, it makes no sense that she's like, it makes sense. She wants us all to think that the G-Man is a fun guy. He's not a fun guy. He's Mr. McNeese. He doesn't go by a first name or a nickname when you meet him at a party. He's Mr. McNeese. So stop pushing this on us, Bree. This is a very big metaphor for Bree. It's how she wants to be seen versus how the reality is. She is Bree, daughter of Mr. McNeese, not fun, easygoing G-Man. They talk about Bree's job as if she is a high-powered CEO working in New York City. We've never seen her go to work or talk about work or even have a briefcase or a manila envelope. And Connor feeds into it. And Bree's like, you're right. I do work hard going in at 9 and leaving at 5. We haven't seen her wake up at 4 a.m. to get to a big meeting once. She's not even wearing a pantsuit. You can tell Bree's out. Because Connor's like, you show up for me. You're there for me every day. I fall more in love with you each day. She says, stop. Yeah, stop it. Come on, don't do that to me. Now I have to try and find a way to not say it back. Get ready for a description of their morning.
Each time we get to go to sleep.
And it sounds awful. Ready?
Each time I wake up, even though you're like, I need you to get me up earlier.
Can you imagine you're sleeping with someone who, I need you to get me up earlier? That's his impression of her. Someone he claims is the best thing that's ever happened to him. I need you to get me up earlier. What is he, an alarm clock? And then those 5 minutes in the morning when you finally let me cuddle you? What is this relationship? Bree is a monster. She's forcing him to wake her up like an alarm clock and then giving him 5 minutes of cuddle time. Does she time it? Is that why she can't use the alarm? It's too busy being used as a timer for his cuddle minutes? How Bree gives the reasons she loves Connor after 30 minutes of him telling her how much he loves her.
I have heard my friends talk about dating. I've heard them talk about marriages and all these.
So the reason she loves Connor is because she heard how horrific it is to be on the dating apps and have a husband that doesn't really want to cuddle them in the morning and won't wake them up like you'll do for me. None of their husbands work for them the way you work for me. She says, I fell in love with you. If it wasn't you, it was nobody.
Know what it's like to feel love now.
Look that's the nicest thing that literally anyone has ever said. And then she goes,
Like, you fucking love me.
you fucking love me. Me? I'm still undecided. You love me. You bring me flowers. This was supposed to be an I conversation, Bree. We know Connor loves you. He literally just said that. How about you?
On my way home from work.
She's like, I love that I can be on TV and maybe get a podcast from this appearance on Netflix. This is so Bree.
Me.
To paint this like rags to riches tale when she's like totally normal and fine. This is like the most Instagram woman thing to do. I'm crazy. I'm like so cuckoo bananas. I am like I should never be loved. I should be in an alley sleeping under a dumpster with people kicking water on me. But now look at me. Look at me. I can be me. Finally, I can be the woman I've always wanted to be that forces a man to wake up first so that he can wake me up, even though he doesn't have to be up for another 2 hours. Go to Emma and Mike's last date before the wedding. I think all of their last dates are the last date I would ever want to go on. Bree and Connor took a train ride, and now these two are going to a zoo. Like, shouldn't they be like getting to know each other a little bit more and not having like, Steve Irwin hanging around them, teaching them about the blue tongue of a giraffe? These last dates always feel like a very easy setup to have to discuss the one thing that's plaguing the relationship. They're like, look, baby giraffes, you have to feed them like a mom would. Emma, this is what it's like to be a mom. Look how easy. You just put lettuce out and let the baby eat from your hand, and then we can leave if we can find a sitter that we trust and is cost effective and doesn't charge us too much. See? Being a mom is easy. Come on, let's talk about being a mother. It's just like the giraffes. Emma says this is a great first date before our wedding. And you can tell, like, Mike's like, is it? If I'm Mike, I want less lighting on me on the last day before my wedding. This is a little too much for my liking. I wouldn't want Emma to see that I need an eyebrow waxing. Like, Emma looks great. But if I'm Mike, I'm like, how about like a sexy cocktail bar where you get a little moist from looking at me instead of being in a field with a bunch of giraffe poop? Brittany and Devontae's last date is almost teasing Devontae at this point. Brittany's like, hey, I know we haven't been physical yet, but let me give you the hottest cut of a bathing suit you've ever seen in hot water, where we have no bubbles to block out whether you have an erection or not. Let's do that. Let's have a final test to see if you cannot get a boner on camera one more time. He's like, I'm trying my best. It's all I can think about. Stay good, little guy. Brittany says we get married in a week, and you can already see Devontae's planning his escape. He just said, it's crazy when you say it like that. Married, huh? Yeah, that's this whole show. And then Brittany gives him one last shot. She's like, the minute it gets weird, Brittany knows what to do. So when you say it like that, oh man, marriage. And then she's like, let me just make sure you get a good look at the bazungas. Yeah. Are you still wondering about marriage now? Yeah. Doesn't seem as close when you see these gigantes. Devontae is planning his escape from this relationship. He's using a lot of buzzwords. He's saying it's a lot. It's weighing on me. He needs to get away.
Amazing, but I'm just trying to really process it. I need
nothing that's ever been great and amazing needed to be processed like that.
Way up.
It's weighing on me in a good way. You know when something keeps you up at night and makes you completely anxious every hour of the day? When all that good stuff that you think about makes you look at the ocean and think about whether you're making the biggest mistake of your life, in a good way. There's a classic guy move. He's starting the fight that will be the reason he ends it at the altar. He was pissed that she said he doesn't kiss her enough. And he's being talked about in a negative way behind his back. He doesn't care about that. He cares that he has found a little nugget to say to her to make her understand why they didn't get married. You talk about me behind my back is the reason that I'm going to give after I spend a day not talking to you, because that will feel like it's enough to get you to understand why you're being dumped. Devontae has one more arrow in his sheath. He's like, I've made a lot of sacrifices. I don't want to lose that. Dun, dun, dun. Prenup, baby. He's setting up that lever that he can pull to get out of this relationship at the altar. He's like, I've made a lot of money. And looking like this doesn't come cheap. You don't just walk into a place and they don't just make you into a Cabbage Patch doll with $0. I got to have my money and I got to protect it. And this is something at the last possible second, and he knows it's going to be a problem for her. She can get over, oh, I can't be on the phone all day before we get married. Oh, yeah, take your time. He's like, okay, prenup. We got to sign a contract. I don't trust you.
Yeah. So is this you saying you want one?
No, it's him just saying prenup, that you guys should Google the meaning of it. What do you think he's saying?
Feel comfortable?
He's saying, I want to say prenup so that it makes you feel a little bit weird. We have a fight, and then I can end it because you were a little weird when I brought up prenup, and I can say it's like we don't even know each other anymore.
Comfortable with the prenup, is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, he knows. He's like, that's exactly what I needed to hear. He's like, please dump me now, or this will be the reason I dump you. One or the other. Even if you sign a prenup, he'll dump you for being weird about signing the prenup. He's already got his answer. This is over. Brittany says, were you planning on having this conversation tonight? And then he says, save the best for last, and starts laughing at it. He's like, yeah, you got to bring out these really important things at the last possible second if you're going to get married. She's like, oh my God, you're right. This is so funny. You do have to bring up a prenup at the last possible second so that you have a reason to dump me and you won't look like you're evil and it'll make it both of our faults. This is so funny. Okay, now let's pray. And now let's pray is the craziest thing that's ever happened on this show. Look at Devontae. Please, Lord, please let her take this dumping well. Please, when I ended at the altar, let her not run off in tears and then make a TikTok about how I was horrible in bed. Please, Lord, above. Look at Brittany's like, please, Lord, let Devontae have enough money where the prenup actually makes sense. Please don't let it be so little money that it's actually pretty clear that he doesn't want to get married and he only brought this up to create division and an argument so that we could have an easier breakup at the altar. And they end this really important discussion with a high five. You know, like all good relationships do. Good relationships that just talked about a prenup that she doesn't want, a single in baseball, a jump shot in basketball, a completion in football. All similar things that deserve a high five. He says that he's going to do a day where he's unreachable and completely off the grid. Hey, so I can't wait to get married, but before we do, I need like a full day of not talking to you while I decide. She's saying, are you not certain? What? How else can he say it? No, he needs a full day to sit with his thoughts about how much he can't wait to marry you.
Obviously, I would say like I'm 98% there.
I just need to go through that 2% completely alone on the last day before we get married, where you can't reach me, to decide how I'm going to get out of this huge mistake that I'm making.
Being like a no.
Yeah.
I can see myself saying yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have my family.
Oh, you can, Brittany? She says I can see myself saying yes. You've said yes. You want a yes from him. Amber's bringing Jordan to this otherworld place that looks like the Museum of Ice Cream. It looks like a place where you'd look at all these weird exhibits and have to be like, oh, cool. And then you move to the next exhibit. Then she tells this story about her daughter playing with her ring and then her finding the ring. A story that no man could ever tell and get away with. No one would be like, oh, you just gave your ring to your son and you found it in the toy chest? Cool. I guess you don't care at all about this engagement. This whole date felt like Amber was testing to see if Jordan was mature enough to be a father, like to see if she could bring him to a Chuck E. Cheese without him freaking out. Like the fact that Jordan didn't walk in here and be like, oh my God, Nerf guns? And they have skee ball? Do they have cotton candy? Amber, can I get cotton candy? Like the fact that we didn't see that is a good sign. Jordan and Amber end their date having drinks inside this children's playpen thing. And she says he has passed the test and he can give her daughter the prize. She's like, now that you haven't taken one of the laser tag guns and put it between your legs like a penis, you can see my daughter. Go to an Ashley and Alex date at a cabin that looks like it would be in the Netflix documentary about a woman that went missing while dating Alex. And then Ashley lets him put a blindfold on her, which I am not letting Alex put a blindfold on me in any way.
So that's kind of what we got.
If I'm her, I'm checking my back pocket. Is your wallet there, Ashley? Ashley loves the date. Asked if he planned this. He said all of it. This guy is a prolific liar. He didn't plan a single thing here. You think he called the Airbnb and said, please have your bearskin rug on the floor? You think he said he planned the fire being started? This is by a producer or ChatGPT. Go look at his ChatGPT history. It'll say haunted cabin with working fireplace. She asked what they're going to do for their first Christmas. And Alex never gives a realistic answer that lives in like reality. He's like, Antarctica, that's where we'll go. And our first trip will be to Mars. And our first meal will be of imaginary sundaes. And we'll eat sparkle dust that'll make us fly and go to Neverland. This guy is so shifty. He never talks about the future in a solid way. She asks if he has any questions for her, and he's like, no, I'm good. You're hot, and I'm going to have to break off this engagement at some point. But otherwise, I think we're good. He doesn't ask her questions because she'll give a real answer, and then he'll have to give a real answer as well, which he's never done. She asks what he says when people ask about her. And he's like, don't really mention you. I kind of keep this between us. And, I don't want to have to explain too much to the next girl that I date about the last girl that I dated. So let's just keep it between us until it's a real thing, which it never will be.
The fact that you're willing to put yourself out there.
He basically describes Ashley as like the way a boss would describe an employee they've only had one yearly review with. You put yourself out there. You're here on time. He asks, what do you tell your friends about me? Well, they hate you. Yeah. All they've heard is that you have no job and you look at the White House meetings to see if there's going to be like a weird move in the market. I've told them that you consider yourself nomadic during a time where there are no nomads. That's what I've told them, and they all hate you. They've told me to leave you. She says that he'll be a good father based off of your experiences. What fatherly experiences has Alex had? Based on how you went to Austin and slept at an ex's place and got out of there without having to pay any bills or for any dinners. Yeah, so I know you'll be a good dad who's creative about that stuff. Alex and Ashley cheers to him saying nothing. He didn't make eye contact.
I did my hat.
So you're having bad sex for 7 years?
Look at Alex doesn't believe that for a second. He's like, don't worry. That's the reason you're still here. You've never come like you've come with me. You know that's not true.
Good sex. I looked in your ass.
And look at Ashley doesn't even believe herself. She's like, You're gonna have bad. No, it'll be still pretty good. That's why I'm sitting with you on a bearskin rug, even though you have no job. Here we go, Christine and Vic, the Borings, Mr. and Mrs. Catnap, the Z's. We're gonna get a real boring date. Their last date ever will be spent in silence at a spa. We get Mr. and Mrs. Fast Forward here. The most boring couple that I've ever seen on TV. Even their cheers had no substance, no nothing. Chocolate-covered strawberries, something that your most boring friend would find sexual. Mr. and Mrs. Honk Shoe. Bree and Connor get together in the kitchen. This is a very much a breakup conversation. She says she's been grinding because no one works harder than Bree. We've never seen her go into an office or hang out with someone from work or even hold a laptop. And this girl is the queen of patting herself on the back. You would think that Connor sits at home staring out a window hoping for a job the way Bree talks about how hard she's grinding. What pyramid scheme is Bree out there hawking? Bree sells protein powder and she's talking about how she's grinding so hard. She posted on Instagram about how you can get 10% off if you join her team, and that's her grinding. Connor is reading the script a woman wrote for The Perfect Man, and Bree is just sitting here trying to get him to dump her. He's like, I'm getting so emotional. Every time you say I'm just a girl from Michigan, it makes me feel more in love with you, and no one would ever feel that way. He's like, I just love listening to you. This is every woman's dream. And she's like, please stop. I don't know how to make myself the victim after this. Please, no one will buy my side. That I was forced to dump you. Come on. This is Bree's worst nightmare. She came on this show to get broken up with and have a million women tell her how amazing she is. And instead she found a saint of a man who loves her no matter what. It's like a genie's wish gone wrong. I grant you a breakup on a reality show. But he'll be a sensitive man who listens and has beautiful blue eyes. And everyone will take his side and not yours. Before Bree ends it with Connor, she's going to tell him how disgusting he comes off based on his living situation. She's like, your car and your house that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, even though you're trying to save money and you actually own a place and you don't care about material things. You know, she loves the word grit. No one's loved the word grit more than her and Jillian Michaels. This is Mrs. Grit. She really loves the sound of her own voice. No, you got to have grit to date me. That's right. If you want to meet the G-Man or Mr. McNeese, as you know him, Connor, then you got to have grit. You got to really try and battle every day. What pyramid scheme convinced her that this is the way you speak to people? Bree takes this opportunity during the dumping of Connor to tell him that he's a beta male. She's like, I'm used to an alpha guy, strong, a leader. Not you, not a guy who follows along and is sweet and really doesn't care what we order at dinner. Then she creates a straw man. This is Bree's move. She's trying to make herself a victim by creating a straw man of a guy she dated. She didn't date this guy. No one said to her any of these things.
You don't have the big energy where you're talking over me or ordering at the restaurant or the
what 1920s date is she going on? My lady will have the salad. I'll have the steak. That guy doesn't exist. That's maybe how she felt, but that didn't happen. Now we're all supposed to go, I'm just like you, Bree. I dated the alpha guy, not the loser like Connor. Bree could have said, hey, Connor, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. This isn't the relationship for me. I need something different, and whoever's with you is a really lucky woman. And instead she chose, I'm just not used to this beta male energy, and maybe that's my fault, but I really like a guy with grit and a better house. Like that, like this is really a tough breakup to watch because she believes she's like a hero in all this and a victim. She's an alpha victim. Bree brings Connor over to the couch because the lighting's better for her, and he looks more pathetic and like a guy who's down on his luck that lost his job at the car manufacturer 2 weeks ago, and he's been drinking beers ever since.
They aren't ready to marry me, and I'm ready to marry them.
And it's not working. Connor still looks like a saint, and Bree's just staring into him being like, but I grind, and I need grit. And I need a guy who doesn't treat me great and doesn't listen. Don't you understand? And then they interview Connor after he's been dumped with Never Alone playing in the background. They always pick the funniest song to go with a dumping.
Where you were at. I've never had that in my entire life.
And he praises her on the way out. She's going to regret this when she's getting ghosted by some dude she met at a networking event.
That we fell in love sight unseen. That's something I'll remember forever.
This guy's going to be just fine.
Hopefully.
As they play Never Alone, Never Alone. Well, he's going to be alone. Producers must have really loved Connor and not liked Bree because they are sending him off with a hero's goodbye. Bree gets the villain arc and Connor gets the billion DMs that will be asking to blow him anywhere he'd like send off. This is like getting sent off to Valhalla. Look at the tears on camera with Never Alone playing. Oh my God, this guy will never have to touch his penis again. He's gonna splooge all over Ohio. And look at that. And they even give him like good looking shots. I don't know what producer Connor was nice to, but good job, buddy. The Bachelor and Bachelorette parties on Love is Blind always feel like a boomer who's obsessed with gender studies plan them. They're like the men go to monster truck rallies. The women get dressed up and go to a hot nightclub. No, they're actually going to a casino in Ohio, which I can't imagine anything worse. Yes, we get to smell cigarettes and look at men in old sweatpants who look like they slept at the casino. Woo, hot night. A casino in Cleveland. Ooh. Oh my God. Can we go to Ohio City? How hot is this night gonna get? They ask Alex how he sees the future with Ashley, and it's the craziest thing he's ever said on a list of crazy things.
But when I close my eyes and picture my wife, in 5 years I see myself living in Florida with a phenomenal house.
Phenomenal Florida house. A potential trust in Dubai and a safe house in Queenstown, New Zealand. Ashley just asked him about the future and he's talked about Antarctica. And now he's talking about a safe house in New Zealand. What? This is one of the details he should have been more clear about. What windowless house in New Zealand do you need for a doomsday that you think is coming? Maybe Ashley, this is why Ashley asks all these questions. Whenever he gets specific, the specifics are very dark and scary from Alex. We go to the Emma and Mike wedding, and here we go. There's Emma. There's her sister, or her two sisters. There's the sister that regrets having children and said it on TV before hugging her children.
All the thoughts and like.
And
big decision. Yeah.
she said that she sent him a wedding day text.
Did you talk to Mike at all today?
No. I texted him, it's her motherfucking wedding. I don't know.
Which is a fun text.
He's like, I'm very late. I was like, I am too.
He thumbs up her, it's our fucking wedding day text. I mean, if I'm her, that's not a positive sign.
We just had like fun last night.
Like, it's our fucking wedding day. Should at least get a gift sent back, some sort of emoji, like the confetti emoji, thumbs up. I'd be like, I'd be FaceTiming him right away. So then we go to Mike and his boys, and this guy, Dylan, is absolutely horrible. Dylan asked, what are you nervous about? He met this woman in a padded cell room a month ago without seeing her, and now she doesn't want to have kids when all he's done is envision kids for his future. What do you mean, what is he nervous about?
Oh, it's scary.
Dylan, casual Dylan with the mustache. What could you be nervous about? You're on a reality TV show, and everyone who goes on one is probably a crazy person, Dylan. I think that's what he's nervous about. Mike's mom comes to visit Emma at her bridal suite. The mom's like, where's the Taylor ham? Where's the gabagoo? Where's the galamad? This is not how we do it in Italy. Where's the Wawa? Where's the charcutes from Wawa? That's how we do it in Italy. Ah, Maron. Mike's buddy helps him with his bow tie. This is always a fun moment amongst friends when your buddy gets weirdly close to your neck while helping you with your bow tie. I always like to blow in my friend's ear just to keep him on his toes. He asks if he should put on a bracelet. And the way friends do it, yeah, my sister has the same one. That's a very Jersey friend group. I like that. Little misogyny. Little patriarchal jibber jabber to get us into a wedding. I like it.
Good man by your side. Looking forward to the
And look at
cheers.
the handsome one gives a speech. He's like, I'll take care of it from here. The guy who will probably disappoint a woman tonight is going to give the shot speech. And the rest drink. To Mike! And then here come the gabagoos. And look at
You look so beautiful.
the dad. I mean, he's got his transition lenses in. It's a big day. Mike's parents do their best to try and get him to back out of this.
Every single time.
And they tell him that he's had an attitude and that his anxiety's high. And if you don't want to do this, we're there for you. You can move into our basement. I know you lived there 3 months ago, but you're welcome back anytime. Like any good Italian son, you can move out when you're 50 or 60 years old. Look at the lenses have transitioned back, so you know dad's about to get serious. You can tell the conversation that the parents are having with Mike is very different than the one they had in the car.
She definitely fits in.
Yeah, look at, she definitely fits in, said with the energy of the most miserable woman on the planet. She was different in the car.
To take in, I'm gonna be honest with you.
In the car, the mom was like, Giuliano! We don't even know this woman! She doesn't even know how to say sauce and gravy! She hasn't even been to a Wawa! How are we gonna bring her to Rome on the family vacation? He's like, Antoinette, you gotta be kidding! Keep it down in there! It's our son! Emma's mom, also known as the sweetest woman I've ever seen on TV, just gives Emma her pearl earrings as a something old.
I know.
And Emma's like, oh, my something borrowed. She's like, no, those are something old. And then Emma's like, no, you're my something old. And they all laugh. And the mom, you can see, just dies a little bit inside. She just did the sweetest thing ever. Then she calls her old. And she looks amazing, the mom. If I'm the mom, take them back. You're my something old. Oh, cool. Fun. Fun way to start the night. Thanks, daughter, that I've literally been there for since I can even remember. Thanks. Guess I'm the old hag mom. Here's the sisters and the mom. Look at the mom still just on that old joke. I can tell. The mom's sitting there like, you think I'm old? You should see how I f***ed your dad last night. I don't think old women can move their hips like that. Go to the wedding, which all these Love is Blind weddings look lightly attended. I wouldn't go. Hey, do you want to go to a wedding that maybe won't happen and you won't get fed if it doesn't happen? No, I'm out. And then here comes Emma into the room. You can tell her parents live in fear of her every day. Oh God, here she comes. Look at the dad's like, okay, I won't say anything. Just nod and be happy and smile. Don't judge anything. She's very sensitive. And then look at they're look at he's like, oh, give me a hug. I won't say a word. Emma has the honor of going first of whether she should say I do or not. I don't want my fiance to gasp before being asked if they want to say I do to me at the altar. Not a good sign. Look at Gabagoo, the mom, the old mom.
Thinking
They all look on.
about this decision.
Now's not the time for a speech. Another gasp.
There's a lot of things that we still need to,
Now's the time she gives a speech?
whether
It's I do or I don't, Emma.
whether that's 2 years from now.
A third gasp. Look at that guy's like, when do I get to go get hammered?
About how you make me feel.
I had to start taping again. This speech took forever. She says, I can't. Look at the old mom is leaning in. Her hearing piece doesn't work.
See a future without you.
Oh, that's fun. The old rope-a-dope. I can't see a future without you. Come on. I'd dump her right there for doing that.
Yes.
My family's here. You're going to embarrass me? Everyone cheered. Look at Gabagoo. She's like, hey, I guess we're going to have to make a new sauce. And look at the dad looks like he almost had a heart attack. He's like, Manon, don't do that to me. Look at, they're like, what happened? She had to ask what happened. She couldn't hear it because she's the old mom. Emma's dad hasn't stopped crying since minute 1. Now they're asking Mike if he wants to say I do. Imagine him saying no after that whole big thing she did. That would make me laugh so hard. And that's the episode. We'll have to come back to their wedding. Look at this this guy who they show at the end. Boy, tough shot for this guy. I mean, he looks like the sloth from Zootopia. Oh, if I'm him at home, like, I should have sat up. My mom was right. My whole life she said sit up. Now I'm paying the price. What will he say? She's like, please say no. Please. I just want a little bambino.